how about we get started standing today? I promise I'll do a really nice meditation. You'll get a big break at the end. But I'm not sure about you guys where you are, like in your homes, but it's quite chilly, right? So I find it hard to sit when it's not super duper comfy, cozy, and warm. So hopefully you are cozy. But if it's a little chilly, this will be a nicer way to still breathe and warm up, a moving type of a meditation. All right, my friends, join me on your mats, please. We are going to start today in a really soft, gentle stance outside of our hips. So if we're hip distance here, we're just going to take like maybe 2 footprints to each side, a little wider and really soften our knees. And then we are literally going to shake our hands. So this comes from Kundalini Yoga. It also is a little bit of an energy practice through Tai Chi. Shake them to the left and the right, really soft bend in your knees here. You can even pulse a little bit, bouncing up and down. Shake them top to bottom. Feel like you're a baby bird and you're just learning how to take flight. Move them up if you can. Stay doing what you're doing. I'm just gonna fix something on the computer real quick. Hang in there. Keep breathing, keep shaking. It feels quite silly, but it's a wonderful way to gain energy, and you'll feel that in just a moment. We're gonna go for 4 more little breaths in here. And if it gets to be too much overhead, you're welcome to take them out to the side. Close the body's a little less intense. Maybe you want to take them forward. 2 more breaths. Let's wiggle our toes. Spread them wide. 1 more big breath in and out. Do something new. Feel quite silly. Feel a little jiggle in your arms. Let everything be tension-free. And then allow your arms to fall and rest. Feel that? Oh, sometimes it feels like little tingles are coming out your fingernails, right? So nice. Find all that new energy. Now take a big scoop of all that new energy, breathe in. Sweep to the sky as you're breathing in, and then breathe out. So bring the energy up, in, out, and around. Don't even worry about if there's no one around you, but I want you to think about breathing in this big, beautiful ball of energy, and then as you exhale, send it to those in your home with you, those in your neighborhood or your community. Send it so big and so far that all these people in the world that are feeling a little down get a boost of energy from your big, beautiful breath. So we're creating this gorgeous aura bubble around us, like just all this goodness. Let's try 3 more. Moving at your pace, your breath, all through class today. Are you able to do 2 more with a little back rounding, a bit bigger when you fall? Try that 1 more time, a little round in your back. Inhale, exhale, and let the arms fall. Lift your left heel, pivot on the ball of your foot, and switch your arms over to the right side. Try that the other way. Arms left, pivot on right ball of foot, and then move at your pace. A little swing and wrap here. I want you to feel quite ragdolly. So we're going to look our eyes down. If you notice my back, it's a little hunkered in, right? We're really soft here, almost as if our bones are barely supporting us. Finding ease and grace with these movements. Belly's gonna draw in, but we are using the torque, the twist, and the power from our core to sling our little ragdoll arms around. So if there's anything in your life, in your mind or in your bodies that are bothering you in the current moment, in the current climate in our world, take a big breath in, think about those. And then on your exhalation, see them slinging right off of your fingertips. Great way to not only just release physical tension, especially in your low back, but to get your mind a little bit freer and set in the current moment. Let's try that again. Gather up. Even if it's a little physical pain somewhere in your body, see it, channel it, bring it in your breath. And then full exhalation. Maybe a little extra pop if there's some hanging on at the bottom. Great job, yogis. Come on back to center, slow down for your twist. Don't force yourself to stop, just come in slowly. When you're ready, arms rise, stepping to the top of your mat with me, big beautiful breath in. And as you lift overhead, try lover's hands, cross your wrists, bring your palms together. So cute, right? Fingertips rise, we wiggle up through our ribs a little bit. Take a gander up to your fingertips. Soften your knees and press your buns back. Stay in your little mini chair pose. Widen up if you feel like you need to be a bit sturdier. Toes closer to one another, a bit more balanced and strong. Hands clasped behind low back. Staying in our chair, but chase the floor with your knuckles. Take a peek down towards your baby toes. Take a peek up to the sky, stretching through your neck. Down and up a little bit more. One more big breath in here. Let's switch all of our fingers over by one. So we have the opposite clasp behind our low back. Bring your knuckles around the left side of your body as far as you can, and drop your left ear to your left shoulder. If your thighs start to burn too much, rise, take a break, and come back to a tiny chair with us when you're ready. And you might want to drop your chin towards your left collarbone, feeling more into the lower portion of the right side of your neck. Oh, that feels good. Take a big breath in and out here. Press your knuckles behind you. Wrap them around the right side, or as far as you can wiggle them around there. Right ear towards the right shoulder. Just make sure that you didn't bend your whole body over. Stay upright, just your neck is stretching here, and your shoulders. I love these neck stretches. How about you? Chin towards your collarbone. Notice where the change comes a little bit lower into the left bottom side of your neck, right? Take a wiggle through all 10 toes, and we're about to get moving, my friends. Eyes back to center, knuckles stretched behind you. Sweep your arms up and overhead. Bend your knees dramatically, and then swing fingertips to the floor and behind you. Eyes and fingers rise. Fingers and eyes swing behind you. Inhale to lift. Exhale. You go at your pace. We're just building up some energy, building up some internal heat. If you seal off your lips and breathe through class, through nostrils, you'll find that you build up your internal heat a little bit faster. If you get too heated, open your mouth and sigh it away. We're gonna go 4 more, and as you breathe, think to yourself, may I be patient and kind to myself. May I be strong. May I be balanced. We're gonna go through 1 more big swing up and down. Come to standing, bring both hands over your heart. Take a moment to be grateful for the time you've set aside today to practice self-compassion. Very proud of you, and thank you for joining us. Heels rise. Find your balance. Wiggle a little bit through your ankles. It feels good. Spread your toes. Try not to use them like claws. Let them be open and liberated. Arms rise if possible. Big breath in. Feet fall. Release fingertips to the floor and take a big forward fold. Let's stretch our wrists, yogis. Once you arrive in fold, bend your knees as much as you need to place the back of your hand on the floor next to your baby toes. If you need to, you can use your hands on your shins if they can't quite reach the floor. Make your fingers open so wide, all your webbing is very spread, and then you're gonna clasp your hands into a big fist. Open them again, fist. Try to press your thumb onto about your middle knuckle every time you make a fist. We're gonna use breath. You keep going, I have to get my little clock. We're gonna go 4 more. Breathe in as you open, breathe out as you make a fist. And while you're doing this, can you multitask? Can you shake your head? No. Get a little bit of that tension out of your neck if it's still clinging on. Stay in your wrist stretch. Shake your head, yes. Yes to all of the good that this practice will bring into your lives, not just today, for the whole weekend, I hope. Fingertips come back forward, palms come down. Lift yourself up halfway. Make sure you don't get dizzy after you've shaken your head. And see if you can walk a bit more forward on finger tops, suction cupping fingertips towards one another, or palms if that feels better. Try a mini downward facing dog. And then step wider, maybe 1 footprint to each side, left to right. Cross left hand under your body, reaching for the right outer something, whether it be your thigh or all the way down towards your heel. Bend your knee, grab on, straighten your right leg, and twist, peeking out under your right armpit. Really beautiful twist to start. Think about you hugging your spine. Think about your side bodies hugging your spine, your belly coming in to give it a little kiss. Come back into your short downward facing dog. Take a wiggle if you need to shimmy out any shoulder tension. And try that on the other side. Right hand threads under body, left heel rises. You can grab up high or all the way down to cup your left heel. Straightening left leg to the best of your ability. We'd like to feel this stretch moving into the underside of our right shoulder Peek out under the left armpit. Check that this brand of deodorant is still working for you. And then also get a nice neck stretch along the way. One more breath in. Find that hug into your spinal column. Exhale as you release. And walk either hands forward or toes back so you find a real long downward facing dog. Let's take a moment to wiggle. Opposite knees start bending. Hips start swaying. Put a little sass in your down dog. Pushing side to side. Find organic movements that you're craving today. Roll forward into plank position. Feel free to land on knees when you arrive, but try to roll your back like an angry cat as you do. Can you tuck your tail towards your heels? Pull your chin towards your chest. Roll forward, flatten out a little bit. Bend both knees, belly falls. Top of head and tail rise like a cow as we slide back to downward facing dog. Exhale, roll forward. Feel that cat, tuck tail towards heels, shin towards chest, roll forward. You can put knees down. Let belly fall, find a cow, and then scoot yourself back to down dog. 3 more rounds like this, my friends. Slow. Slow is going to feel so luxurious in your body and your mind, but we're trying to channel energy into our spine, so we have to slow down. Let the breath and the energy catch up with us. One more big round. Exhale. Can you pinpoint any areas of your spine that feel a little stiff or stuck? Find your downward facing dog. Hold for a breath. And for the rest of class, we will channel our breath into that area of our bodies because it needs a little nurturing. Lift both heels. Tiptoe walk forward. Find as many little footprints as you can make. Each time pulling your thighs up in towards your belly. Big forward fold. Bend knees as much as you need every time we fold. Backs of hands come down for one breath. Stretch out your wrists. Roll to rise. Bring palms together under your nose and slide your prayer hands right up your midline. Press them to the sky, straight like an arrow here in your body. Soft knees, squeeze your butt. See if it feels good to look to fingers and then possibly take a miniature back bend. Soft knees, thumbs glide behind the skull. Inhale back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Take a moment here to twist, yogis. Bend your right knee. Right fingertips come somewhere supported as the left hand finds your head. Take your eye gaze up past left shoulder and then reach skyward. Let's take some circles here, warm up our shoulders. Around we go, no matter what direction you're going. Feel breath directing each movement. Little is a little less intense. Bigger and straight, stronger. Switch directions, 4 here. I like to use my eyes to follow fingertips. You get a little cheap yoga thrill. You might get a bit dizzy. 1 more, yogis. Switch sides. Left fingertips fall, left knee bends. Take your right hand to your right hip, just like you're sassy again. Eye gaze up. Inhale, reach skywards, and then very softly circle. Just thinking about your shoulder joint, directing breath into it, moving and finding some synovial fluid to really lubricate the joint here. Switch directions when you're ready. Breathe in, breathe out. 1 more big round, my friends. Falling back in towards your forward fold. Roll to rise. We're gonna do something super funky here, finding our spinal movements again, rising, but then watch me for the first round. We're gonna sink in the soft chair we started with, fall like a rag doll towards the floor, and then roll up, pulling back into cow. So we're gonna find a little bit of a cat-cow rounding through chair. Think about rolling through your chair pose. Cow at the top, cat back at the bottom. Think less about how you look and feel your body. Really feel into your breath. So slowly rise so you can compartmentalize your spine. And you know that tricky spot from earlier, if you had one. See if you can stay for a moment when you find it. Like, oh, there it is. Wiggle a little bit there. Then re-roll. We're gonna go 2 more rounds of breath. Feels good, doesn't it, my friends? Take another big round of breath. Step your feet a little bit wider like we started, just about to the corners of your mat, maybe even toes off. Sinking down into yogi squat any depth. We can stop wherever our bodies ask us to. From here, spike down through your heels. Pull pelvic floor up in it and bring heart back in space a little. Drive to the sky. Squeeze up, stand tall. Right back down. Yogi squat. Same thing, chest rises. Heels spike down. It does not matter how high or low you are. Drive back to the sky. Twice more with a little change. Yogi squat. Toes turn in before we rise so we can fold and roll. Hinge your hips, forward fold. Rolling to the top this time. Big inhale, lift. Big exhale, sink. Hold it for a second. Breathe into your hips. Open your inner thighs. And then when you feel ready, forward fold. Lift and lengthen. Little soft hot feet together, or you can toe heel them in. Forward fold. Let's release. Once you've arrived, halfway lift. Breathing in here. Lengthen top of head away from tail. Knees can be bent in your halfway lifts as well. Really taking TLC time for our thighs and our calves. Release to fold. Right leg long lunge back. Tap it back slowly. Land your right knee. Take a moment to climb to your left thigh and boost your body up to two 90-degree knees. Right arm rises. Tips you over to the left side. I always feel like I like to send my left fingers down. So do what feels really balanced for you here. Finding a gentle side bend, open the right side body. One more big breath in. Come back upright, lift everything, but let the hips really sink this time. Shift fingertips to the floor, hips back towards right toes, and then optionally lift your left toes, half split. We're gonna go forward and back, so see how you love this, my friends. Inhale forward, you may wanna lift the arms. Exhale back, you may wanna float the arms. Some of us will keep our front toes plugged in. Some of us will have our back toes flat, whatever makes you feel wonderful. One more big round, inhale, exhale. Holding your half split and consider a twist. Can you walk your fingertips outside your left leg? If you do, continue squeezing through the inner thighs. Continue checking to see that your left toes are squared towards your hip points. Soft micro bend in the left knee. One more breath. Come back to the center, pressing back to downward facing dog. Now I have a challenge for you. Every time we come back, we're gonna try to drag the leg, and I'll show you if you're unsure. Right leg rises, bring some sensation back into that kneecap. We're gonna try to straighten both legs, lift your back heel so there's plenty of room, and drag your front toes straight back. Three-legged dog, downward facing dog. Take a wiggle, well done, yogis. Woo-wee. Once you're finished that exhale, bring both heels to the sky as you inhale. Tiptoe forward. Remember, as many pitter-patters as you can make. Lift your thigh up into the hip socket. Crunch your belly in. Halfway lift again, big breath. Exhale, release, forward fold. Left leg does the same. Long, soft tap back into low lunge. Knee shin, top of foot relaxed. Climb to right thigh and then scoop the hips up. Two 90-degree knees. Yes? All right. Left arm rises. Tip to the right. That left side was waiting for this. You might want to open your right arm for a bit of extra balance. Let's go for one more big breath. You decide where your eye gaze is at all times. Listening to our necks, it might feel good to open more, eyes to sky. Release fingertips, frame out the front foot, and let your hips get really heavy here. Shift back to half split, pulling front toes as an option towards hips. And then we're gonna move as we enjoy. So you may wanna crawl forward and crawl back. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. We'll go through this 3 more times. I do like to request that you try to open your heart. So instead of being rounded, let's try to always think about collarbones pulling forward. More space to breathe. If you haven't yet, try to stretch the arms somewhere new. We're gonna go for one more round, yogis, and then stay in your half split. We're gonna squeeze inner thighs together. And check on your right toes. How would I know if my hips are square? My toes are pointed in or out. They're not square. If they're pulling towards my right hip pointer, 2 thumbs up, square hips. Wherever you are, consider twisting around the right outer thigh. Both hands come around, strong, energetic scissor between the thighs and a micro bend in your right kneecap. Ooh, where do you feel sensation? Love to notice that. Breathe all your breath right there. Come back forward. Let's try that scoop back to downward facing dog. Elevate your left knee. Give it as much time as it needs to feel good. That was a lot of kneeling. Straighten both legs and lift your back leg, your back heel high, so there's plenty of room. Fingertips or palms, drive back through the right leg, drag, drag, drag. Lift it to the sky, lower slowly for down dog. Well done, yogis. Let's complete this process. When you're ready to inhale, roll forward. Plank position with knees or nut. Chest scoots forward, really proud and open. Elbows bend, hugging the ribs as we lower slowly, slowly. Beautiful. Roll through some cobras. Press your toes back. Think about the liquidity you had when you were standing. Fingertips come wide like little iguana feet. We get those suction cups on like you're trying to pop a tennis ball. Elbows rise, we touch in towards our chest. And planting down through toes and hip points, roll upper body skywards. Allow it to mount back into the earth, soft and gooey. Exhale, rise. Inhale, lower. Let's try 2 more like that, yogis. If this really doesn't feel good for your back, feel free to take any version of cobra, squeeze everything in towards your midline, hold and pause. When you're done with your back bending practice, press on back. Child's pose for an extended arm break. Really walk fingertips forward. Feel energy under your armpits. I suggest suction cupping again, pulling finger pads towards one another. Tuck your toes, lift your hips to downward facing dog. Shift forward into plank, and then hover your knees for just a moment here. Walk hands back so they're under your shoulders. Find a turbo tabletop. Take a big breath in. Knees tap down. Forearms come down for a round of cat-cow. Exhale first, angry cat back. These movements will be a little smaller. Don't worry, they're still really useful and nourishing for our spine. Can you try one more? Big exhalation. Full inhalation. Plant down through the forearms, but find a neutral spine. Toes are tucked, and we lift our hips just like dog, but it becomes dolphin with the forearms down. Let's press out of our forearms, yogis. You're guiding your nose back towards your knees, pressing so the top of your head is boosting away from the floor. If it gets too intense, drop to that turbo tabletop on forearms instead. We have 2 more breaths in here. If you're shaking, welcome to the club. Me too. Shoulders, hamstrings, everything feels like it's lighting up here. Turbo forearm tabletop if you're not there yet. Knees down, press back downward facing dog. Both heels rise, pitter patter forward. The more the merrier, all the little footprints. That's tough, isn't it? Roll to rise when you get there. Slowly, slowly make your way up and then lift your heels. Eye gaze follows fingertips, stand tall. For the challenge, bring your toes in towards one another, wider, more stable. Tell yourself, I am balanced. Palms fall down by your sides. Eyes look forward. Does anybody fall over yet? Heels down. Well done, yogis. Lift your left knee. Simply close your eyes. Stay steady. One more big breath in. How'd you do? Reopen your eyes. Fantastic job. Step all the way back. Float back like there's a gust of wind blowing you, blowing you, blowing you. It would take at least 3 seconds to land. Find a really lovely lunge. Arms rise upwards. And then we're just going to climb a little rope, yogis. Like it's this invisible rope above our heads. We're trying to pull something down to us. Climb up, pull that heavy rope down. Lengthening your sides as you reach here. One more reach each hand. Stay at the tallest you reach. Eye gaze comes back forward. Right hand wraps around your belly. Give yourself a hug. Left arm wraps around your low back. Now really squeeze in here. Feel your breath, inflating your forearms. Shift your body forward, hinge over the right leg, and then lift up again through your left leg. Big breath in. Find this warrior 3 variation. If you're super wiggly, bring fingertips under shoulders and support yourself. When you're ready, restand, reclose your eyes. The same knee lift we just had. But while you do it this time, circle your ankle. One more big breath in and out. Reopen your eyes. Well done on that balance, yogi. Sweep arms skywards and release everything. It's hard. Closing your eyes makes everything so hard. Float arms out. Right knee rises. That's all we have to do, but close your eyes. 2 breaths in here. As soon as I say it, I start to wiggle. Find your center. Draw your navel in to kiss your spine again. Feel an energetic flow of energy from your tail up through your core and through the crown of your head, keeping you steady and strong. Congrats, you did it. Eyes open. Float behind you. Reach back. Send your toes behind you, but try to stay for at least 3 seconds in midair. Land so soft. Nobody hears you. Reach. Climb that invisible rope. What are you going to pull down to you today? I don't know, maybe $1 million. Maybe a puppy? Sunshine? I'll pull some sunshine down to me. I need a tan. Let's keep breathing. One more each way. Breathe in, breathe out. Hold all of that beautiful length you found. Eye gaze floats upwards, then back forward. Left arm gives your belly the hug. Right arm around low back. Breathe into your forearms. Ah, that feels great. Shift forward over your left thigh. Get strong. Spike down through that left heel. Boost your back leg up to warrior 3. Now you know you have the option of supporting with fingertips under shoulders. We're going to take a breath in here. Stay steady. Remind yourself how strong and balanced you are. And be kind if you get the wiggles and you fall out. We all do that. Rise up through the right knee again. As soon as you find your hug with the knee lift, close your eyes, but begin circling through your ankle just for some extra fun. Switch directions. Reopen your eyes. All the closed eye stuff is done. Well done, yogi. Stand tall. Lift up off of your heels. Extended mountain pose. Arms up. Keep eyes open. Keep toes together on this one, please. Close them if they were open. Bend your knees a little. Sweep arms behind you. Remember how we build those beautiful wings? Sweep them up. They're super grandiose. Let them be big and proud. Bend your knees more, but begin hinging forward. Top of your head comes away from your tail. Chest is going to come parallel to the floor if possible. Diver's pose. Sweep fingertips more behind you to counterbalance. Open fingers and wiggle them. Release your jaw. Straighten your legs to the best of your ability. And then I dare you to peek under your toes. So you're a little diver on the edge of a dock with some scary water under you, and you want to check under that dock to see what's there before you dive. Fingertips to the floor, heels fall. We did it, yogis. Good job. Right leg. Actually, I take that back. What leg is facing the computer screen closest? Whichever one is, please step it back. So that when you turn all 10 toes, the top of your head is facing me, wide-legged forward fold. Take a moment to relax in here. Turn your toes in just a tad to protect your knees. And as you lower, if your head plunks on the floor, take feet closer together so your head is most definitely hovering. One more full breath in. Can you do a little cat-cow with your tailbone, belly and back here? Lift your tailbone. Lift the top of your head and look forward. Feel a spreading left to right through the buns. Do the opposite. Look towards your belly. Tuck your tail like a little scared puppy down towards the floor. Feel your sits bones contracting. Inhale, open, cow. Press apart. You can even use your feet here to push out. Use your feet to pull in through the inner arches. Woo! Get a little shaky in your thighs. Well done. One more round. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel that muscle integration. Feel the spreading and contracting. Beautiful yogis. Come back to neutral. Might want to shake it out. Put a little sass in your hips. Left hand under the chin. Right hand back to the hip. Take a peek over your shoulder. And then if you'd like to rise, extend, elongate, breathe, and connect with your breath. I love to wrap right forearm around low back here. And then wiggle for your inner thigh. Can you grab your left inner thigh? Half bind will help you really open your chest. Stay, my friends. Or take your left fingers, lift the blade edge of your right foot, clamp them under, and take a little bit of a bigger twist. We have one more breath in here. Soft in your knees, but very full, long, and beautiful in your breath. Unwind. Release the right arm. You may want to stretch it forward. I love to walk hands forward in between like you're coming into down dog. You have the widest legs ever. Give yourself a little shimmy, a little break, and slide hands back under your nose. Right hand directly under chin. Left hand to hip. Take a little twist, a little peek over that shoulder. Extend fingertips skywards if you can. And I encourage you to try to get light on your right fingertips here. So you're using lots of inner thighs and core. Possibly wrapping that left arm around your low back. Try to wiggle for your right inner thigh to deepen your twist. Half binding will really open up your chest. But thinking about our breath, are we improving the quality of our breath as we add on? If not, please back off a little bit. Last option, lifting left blade edge, right fingers reach over. We step back down on our fingers here and then take a big twist skyward. Slowing down your breath so it has the opportunity to basket weave all through your beautiful spinal twist. Eyes look down, we undo everything we did. Take any organic movements that feel relieving. So I like to reach back forward into that super wide-legged downward facing dog. And then we're gonna climb back towards our toes, yogis. Turn them out and find a goddess or sumo or horse stance. There's all kinds of names for this one. Right back where we were when we started, but a big squat this time. Inhale, rise to five-pointed star. Sink back down, but hug and tuck in. Wrap hands around your belly, tuck in, eyes towards your navel. Re-rise. Cross opposite arm the opposite way. Give yourself a big hug as you find your goddess squat with a rounded back. Inhale, rise. Exhale, tuck and hug. Try to come a little bit deeper on the next one. We're warming into our inner and outer thighs here. Right hands to your thighs. Slide to the right and slide to the left. It sounds like we're starting to dance, doesn't it? But we're not. We're checking down at our toes to make sure our knees are behind our toes. So if I'm here and my knees are outside, I want to widen. Just take a little peek as you're sliding left and right. We all good? Everybody's knees are behind their toes. Okie dokie, friends. Come on over to the right side. Side lunge, micro bend in your left knee. Right forearm so soft as we stretch skywards. One more big breath in. Same thing other side. Micro bend in the right knee as we sink into this side lunge. We just try not to ever lock our joints. Last one each side. We can either stay here or we're going to move on to a skandasana. Switch. All right, yogis, come back to the right side. If your hips don't love skandasana, please never force anything. Just stay here. If you can, you start sinking down lower. Left toes turn towards the sky. You may need help, so you can put one hand in front, one hand in back, and just ease in and stay this way. Put something under your buns if you need a little extra support. But if possible, palms come to heart center. Your thumb is guiding your heart space up. Like it could lift up skywards and it could kiss the universe. Here comes the really fun part, yogis. If you're in skandasana with me, find your buns to the floor. Now your right cheek may rise, that's okay. Left hand is holding your right ankle. Right arm reaches skywards, and then we take a little side bend, up and over. So I like to hold on to this ankle so you don't feel like you're gonna fall. Hold on so you have a little bit of structure here, and a beautiful side bend, bending into your left toes. You might be able to reach for them. If you feel open in your chest and your breath is strong, go for it. And some of you might be hanging out up here like, what the heck? This is taking forever. We're almost done. Breathe in one more time wherever you are. And we're coming back to you, Skandasanas. That's a good term. Skandasanas. Prayer. Plug down through that right foot. Right back to the side lunge where our beautiful friends are waiting. Take a wide-legged forward fold. Turn toes in. Take a break. Close your feet if your head landed on the ground. Shake everything out. Swing hips side to side. Shimmy your shoulders. Shake your neck. I want you to feel free as a bird so we can switch sides. All right, yogis, turn toes back out. Rise when you're ready, but make sure you do that little shift. Knees are behind the toes. Shift left. Let's find this great side lunge. And if you know you love Skandasana, begin to sing low. Turn your right toes up. So if you're wanting to try it, but you feel not so 100% about it yet, just keep holding on. One hand in front, one hand in back, whichever makes the most sense. If you feel safe, lift. Your thumbs are here so that we don't sit like this. We're reminding ourselves, oh yeah, we want to find that little heart kissing the universe sensation. Lift up, up, up. Nice. Sit. Have a seat. Cheek on the left side could be lifted. That's totally fine. Right hand is going to hold the left ankle. Left arm rises. You can just stay here, or we can go tip, tip, tip. Activate your right toes. Send them back towards your left heel. You may be able to clasp on. Try to press down the blade edge of that left foot if you have this hold. Optionally, we could just sit here and breathe. All options are really good options. Take one more big breath in. Side lunge or Skandasana. On the breath out, come back to center. Re-engage Skandasanas. We're going to spike down through that left heel to drive us back up to side lunge. Re-meet our friends for a big, beautiful breath in. And then come on back down, wide-legged forward fold. This time, clasp hands behind your low back. Rest them on your small back. Or press palms tightly together and extend somewhere new behind you or up and overhead. I really love this to rinse out any tension from our shoulders. I'm not asking you to make any changes, but I do want you to check in and see how your neck feels. So are your earlobes and your shoulder heads practically kissing? Would it feel better if you squeezed your shoulder blades together, created a whole bunch of room for your neck, still stretching through your shoulders? Just see what feels good. One more big breath in and out. When you're ready, bring palms back to small of your back and let them slide down your hips, your outer thighs for a little bit of love, a bit of a massage. And then slowly lift halfway, toe heel in just a tad so you found your yogi squat again. Remember that can be high, propped up on blocks, books or pillows, or low. We have one more twist today. Comfy in your yogi squat. Find that. Pull your pelvic floor up and in, and then use your thumbs as that guide to lift your chest. All right, we're gonna twist. So you need to get down low for this one to feel really good, or you choose to just stay here. Right shoulder's gonna creep inside your right knee. Right hand holds that left ankle like we just did. When you feel ready, left fingers come to the inside of left knee. I like to face them down. Just feels a little bit more leverageable. And then we're gonna press open on that left knee. Ooh, baby. Feels so good in the low back if you can get here. If right away your hips or your knees are giving you bad feedback, just rise, just hang. You can do a little version of this here. You can widen up and do a little version of it here, stretching through the inner thigh. We're taking one more breath, yogis. Unwind that. Back to center. If you need to come out, please do. Turn toes forward, take a wide-legged forward fold. If you're good, we're gonna hang for a breath in the center. Thumbs re-guide heart space upward. Let's go. Left shoulder inside left knee. Left hand, right ankle. Right fingers, somewhere on that right knee. You decide how they're placed. I always feel better down. And then as we snuggle and push open on the left knee with the shoulder, right hand pushes the knee away. And then you're always looking wherever your neck feels really, really good. Down, much safer for balance. I gaze up, a bigger challenge, and it will definitely help you open more. One final breath in and out here. Come on back to the center. Unwind. Definitely take a moment to wiggle free. Lift your hips. Whoa, hips. Good job, my friends. As you find your forward fold, take a very slow ripple skywards. We're going to inhale all the way up. Feel that? If you need to take a moment and rub through your hips, you did a lot of stretching there today. Everything else is soft and gentle. Well done, yogis. Palms press, eye gaze follows. Find that beautiful, confident posture. Staying down to forward fold again, but this time we're falling to the earth. Whatever leg wants to come down, please do. Other leg follows. And we're gonna do just a little bit of core, but we're flip-flopping all over the place today. So we're gonna go back, front. You ready? Let's adjust our clothing, get really comfy on our tail so that the flesh is out from under tail and sits bones. And then hug the back of your thighs, rolling angry cat once again. Exhale here. Widen your knees so that your belly can come through that window. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. One more round like this. Next time you find your cat, roll it to the floor. But can you extend your fingertips and keep your feet flat? Use your core. Rolling all the way down. Ooh, melt into the earth, arms up and overhead. Great job, my friends. Knees over hips, feet flexed, shins parallel to the ground. We want to find a really flat back here, so if that's not possible, touch your toes down. Snap navel into spine and prepare for some core. Come back to 90-degree knees. Hands reach towards the heels. Extend your right leg and make a prayer above the left shin. You can touch right toes down, especially if your back is arching. From here, a few pulses. Exhale to rise, inhale to lower. Inhale. 4 more, yogis. Use the out breath to help you climb up. Crunch your ribs to your hip bones. Last one, extra credit. Hug onto both knees, 90 degrees. Let your head rest if you must. Extend left leg and make a prayer above your right shin. 8 big crunches here. Start with the out breath. If your low back is rising, what do? We tap our left toes down. We make the accommodations that are necessary to get strong, but we are comfortable. Edge of discomfort, okay? Pain, never okay. And 1. Hug both shins. Definitely rest your head and neck this time. And look over your left shoulder. Ah, that's nice. Relieving for the neck, right? Same thing, but we're just going to go side to side on this one. Eye gaze looks to the right. Take a big break here. All right, now one more thing we need to learn to do. Iron cross. Send the arms wide, but do not let them fall to the earth. Hover them. Let your legs come out long. Hover them. You can rest your head and neck. All right, hug into a little ball, yogis. Little ball, as tight as you can. Inhale, iron cross. Head and neck rest. Arms and legs hover. So you're thinking about a gymnast on the rings. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, you're a gymnast on those rings there. Let's try it 4 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Remembering low back must stay flat. So if it's not, what do? We tap toes to floor. Or instead of extending long, we take them to the sky. 1 more. Inhale. Come back up to your little ball. Here we go on that combo. Extending right leg. Make a prayer above your left shin. Big crunch here. Open into iron cross. Switch sides. Prayer above the right shin. Big crunch here. Open into iron cross. See how we're doing this? Exhale, single leg. Inhale, open up. Exhale, single leg. Inhale, open and extend. We're going to go 4 more rounds each side. Let's breathe, yogis. Every time you crunch, every time you open, inhale. 3. 2 more each side. Try to really press your palms together. I know it gets tough to crunch at this point. We've got this together, yogis, as a team. Last one each way. Last one. We did it, my friends. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Woo, take a second, whatever needs to happen. Rock around, squeeze your thighs to your belly, give them some love. Rock side to side. And when you're ready, we're gonna rock up and over. Find your belly, please. So I'm sticking with core, but moving on to low back. Let's find Sphinx pose. Lie prone with forearms down, elbows underneath your shoulders, wrists directly in front of shoulders. When you get here, point your toes on the right leg and extend toenails off the floor. Everything else is anchored. Hip points, left leg, and both forearms. Pull right heel in towards your butt. Flex your foot if your knee bothers you. And we're gonna attempt to lift our right thighs. Are you ready? Look forward or down, whatever your neck feels best doing. Find a squeeze through that right leg. Start to lift up towards the sky. Press back down slowly. Squeeze up and down. We have 6 more. Inhale, really strong in the low back. Working on that glute too, yogis. 4 more. Notice where your chest is. Keep it proud, collarbones spread side to side. Last one. Hover it. Point your toes, extend long. Release completely. Oh, baby. Cross one hand on top of the other. Let your forehead fall. And literally jiggle your buns side to side. Let your low back just wash tension away. Here we go, other side when you're ready. Back to Sphinx. Try to use your elbow points to pull back towards your hips and really guide chest forward and through the upper arm window. Left toes, extend and open them. Hover just your toes off the ground. Find all other points of contact and plug in, including your hip points. All good? Toes towards the sky. You can flex or point here, whatever feels best in your knee. Let's begin to exhale and rise left thigh, or at least attempt to. It's okay if it doesn't lift. We have 7 more. We exhale, rise. Inhale, soft release. Now, what is your facial features doing? Can you relax your face? I know it's not easy. Squeeze. 4. Stay lifted in your chest. Eyes may be able to look forward. 3, 2, and 1. Very soft release here. Extend. Hover for a second. Release. Whoo. And then let your forehead fall again. So backs of hands or your mat. Try this 10 toes to ceiling yogis and a little windshield wipe. Toes falling side to side, side to side. Good news, we're done with low back for a sec. Moving back to the belly, front core. All right, one more round each way. Press palms down under shoulders and push back to child's. Make sure you feel good before you move on. So if there's still low back fatigue, give yourself a little sway side to side. You may want to come to the table and push side to side. And then this is all part of the process. Transition, graceful, and easy. Come back to your belly. This is a fun one though, it's just silly. Hold on, angry cat. Roll down, try to plug in through your heels. Make sure you're not pinching any skin under your bones of your tail or your buns. Reach forward when you can, find the earth. Oh, that's hard. All right, yogis, reach to the sky and bring the soles of your feet together. Do you remember frog crunch? I'm gonna show you from the front in case you don't. Soles of feet together, fingers to the sky. You're gonna reach to hold the tops of your feet as you crunch in. This is such a fun one. Just have fun here. Crunch in and exhale. Inhale, make your prayer again. And then super long and open through the legs for straddle as you take your prayer in between your buttons. Exhale, hold the tops of your feet frog. Inhale, straddle prayer. Exhale, frog. Inhale, straddle. Now, if you need to rest in between, I recommend it on the frog. Crunch up for the straddle. And after this next one, we're going to stop holding the tops of our feet. So we're going to karate chop outside the tops of our feet. Make a prayer for straddle. Exhale, frog. Inhale, straddle. 8 more. You move as fast or as slow as you want to go. I'm just talking breaths when I count you out. So we're going to go for 6 more breaths. Any amount of crunches you'd like to do. We have 4. Think inner thigh. Think outer thigh. 2. Almost done, yogis. And 1. Beautiful. Hug the backs of your thighs. Allow your legs to just float open. And if that feels too much after your straddles, close it and hug your body in. Rock gently side to side. Almost done here. Ready for core work? Okay, let's move on to back core. How would you like to roll back to your belly and stay really soft and gentle? Kind thoughts as we move through here. Lowering down one little vertebrae at a time. I want you to think about like a super long, beautiful underwater swimmer. I don't know if they swim like this, but that's kind of what I envision. We're moving on to Pilates swimmers on our bellies. So reach arms overhead, walk your toes back. You're the longest you can be as you lie on your belly. Your chin is tucked in, no wrinkles in back of neck, and if you had mirror under your nose, you'd be fogging it up the whole time. Look down. Let's lift right fingers and left toes, everything open, wide and wide on both extremities. Lower completely to the floor. Left fingers, right toes. We're going long, we don't care how high, okay? Start to switch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All good, right? Lift both toes, knees, and thighs. Both palms hover, and we start scissoring from here, yogis. Right toes, left foot. Left toes, right foot. Oh my gosh, I meant hands. Right fingers, left toes. Left fingers, right toes. You know what I meant. But lifting and lowering from the hover. We don't touch the ground anymore. 4, 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Release completely. Take a big break. Shift your hips side to side to let your low back go. And next time you feel energized, we're going to go for the swimmers. So all you're doing here is not worrying about lefts and rights, just going as fast as you can, pumping palms and straight arms up and down, pumping straight steel rod legs up and down, like you could generate a little personal fan for yourself here. 4 more full cycles of breath. 2 more, yogis. And 1. Hands come back under your shoulders. Are you still with me? That was really hard, wasn't it? Press back, child's pose. Really soft this time. Rest a temple on the floor. Reach your hands behind you and just let them be so heavy. Hunker into a little ball of honey. Switch your eye gaze. Look over your left shoulder. Bring your forehead back to the mat and sweep hands forward. Really soft and gentle. Left arm threads under your right. You choose whether your left palm is up or down. Move your right hand somewhere that you can breathe easy and let your left temple fall onto a support or your mat. Nice job. Very strong. I'm glad we were safe on our mat and we could finish the balancing, but you did a very good work. Very good work in your core today. One more big breath in here. Re-stretch out through right fingertips. Unthread that left arm. Take your right arm under the left. Palm is down or up. And once you've settled your right temple onto something, consider moving your left finger somewhere that's really easy for you to breathe. I like to have knees really wide when we do this twist so I can feel my belly coming towards the floor as I inhale. Feel my ribs expanding and opening onto the inner thighs. Great way to stay present and connected with your breath. Reach left fingertips back out, unwind, and then as softly as you can, all part of the practice. Find ease as you roll down. One more time, but you can let your feet rise this time. Find that angry cat and just rock back. Maybe you want to rock forward and back on your spine a few times. That makes me go, ah. When you're done, spread your arms or keep a hold of your shins if that feels better for you. Rock side to side. Massage out through your low back. Let's allow our toes to find the earth. Cross your left thigh or your ankle, whatever feels better, over your right. Scoot your hips to the left, and then allow both knees to softly fall onto a support or to the right side. Try to reintegrate your left shoulder girdle down in towards the mat as your eyes look left. Right hand may like to find the top thigh and just gently guide down. You did a lot of really strong work today, so take some luxuriously slow breaths to unwind here. Try another full breath in. And as you begin to exhale, eye gaze to sky, respread shoulders, and you may even want to uncross your legs. to gently guide them back towards the ceiling. No effort. Try to use the most minimal amount of effort possible. Scoot your buns back under your shoulders. Just readjust. Feel your back lengthening and widening, just getting super gooey here as we pause. Right thigh crosses over left. Toes come down enough so you can scoot your buns to the right, and then the knees fall left. We do that little scooch over so that when we do twist, our hips are pretty much aligned under our shoulders, so our spine has this beautiful long twist in it. Right shoulder girdle plants down, eye gaze looks right, and then your eyes are the windows to the world, so it's so nice when we're quiet and slow in our practice to close them if you feel safe. Closing out any stimulation, colors, textures, lights. Left hand may like to find your right thigh. Unclenching your jaw here and attempting to take 2 more big, beautiful breaths in. Full breaths out. You are worth the time it takes to slow down, be still, and rest. So while sometimes this is the hardest part of people's practices, I encourage you to try to find some rest here in a moment. Eyes back to sky. I like to uncross my legs, tap both toes down, and then just circle knees back to the center so it feels really kind. What do you need here as we finish up? Knees can come towards armpits. I like a little rock side to side, and then I like to circle through my knees, but do whatever feels really good for you. Get cozy. Get cozy. So whether that be that you're seated, whether that be you roll to your back and grab a blanket or something really soft to cozy up with, you may like to turn to the fetal position. Somewhere that for the next 3 minutes we can reconnect with our breath. Slow down to marinate in the practice. Allow everything to really sink deeply into our bones. And as you're settling in, I have this beautiful, it's called a chant, but I like to turn it into a wish or a hope instead. But it's the Buddhist monks' chant of gratitude for the blessings of their life. I read about this in Spirituality and Health magazine. I just read about it online, but it's so beautiful, and I hope that you enjoy as you're relaxing today. Connecting with your breath, finding a sense of heart opening from the front and the back as you breathe in this peaceful sense. Remember how we projected it outward, so it goes past your extremities, past your 4 walls. Send all of your beautiful, good yogi vibes out into the world today. With gratitude, I remember the people, animals, plants, insects, creatures of the sky and the sea, air and water, fire and earth, all whose joyful exertion blesses my life every day. With gratitude, I remember the care and labor of 1,000 generations of elders and ancestors who came before me. I offer my gratitude for the safety and well-being that I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the blessings of this earth I have been given. I offer my gratitude for the measure of health I have been given, perhaps now more than ever so important. I offer my gratitude for the family and friends I have been given, for the community I have been given, for the teachings and lessons that I have learned. I offer my gratitude for the life I have been given. I have found in my personal life such a profound effect that gratitude has had on me. Simply just grateful for this beautiful breath. Maybe you're grateful for the time you've carved out of a busy day today. Grateful for the way, despite all of the very common and to be expected aches and pains and balance wobbles, but for the beautiful way your body just moved through your practice. This little bit of gratitude will take us out off the mat, into the world, in such a better mood, having a brighter, more beautiful perspective. And that not only impacts us, but has a profound effect. As we drop a pebble into a still water and the ripples expand, your beautiful, grateful presence has this amazing effect on bringing the world into more peaceful, loving feelings of gratitude as well. Yogis, when you feel ready, I wish that you could stay longer. I encourage you to do so if you have time in your schedule. But if you do have to get rolling with your day, begin to come out of your meditation and relaxation position slowly, rolling perhaps to your side or rolling up to seated or reopening your eyes. And when you rejoined me in a seated position, let's sweep our arms up and overhead. Belly stays in here. Eye gaze follows fingertips as they drop into a little prayer position at our heart. Thumbs boosting our heart to rise up and greet the universe with joy today. Chin tucks to thumbs in a sign of gratitude. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. My light recognizes, is honored by, and is so encouraged and inspired by your divine lights. Thank you all so much for sharing a beautiful practice with all of us today, and I hope you have an extraordinarily happy and healthy weekend. Namaste.